Alright guys, so today we are going to be taking apart and cleaning my GTX 1080 Ti. This is the first time I've done this in 5 years. You can see there's some dust up in there. I don't know if you can tell. And the fan's got some dust on it as well. I've blown it out while it's been in the case, but I've never actually removed it from the case and cleaned it. So we're gonna attempt to do that. And this is 5 years of use, around 5 years, 4 or 5 years, somewhere around that. We're gonna attempt to take it apart, clean it, and possibly redo the thermal paste, hopefully, if we can get that far. But it appears that the first screws that we gotta take out are these little ones. I don't know if you can see them. There's 3 on this side, 3 on this side, none on the top, and I think I have to loosen these 2 because it looks like this lip goes over. But once I do that, I think this whole faceplate will come off. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and we will be right back. Alright guys, so just an update here. We were working on the screws, and they were insanely tight in there, and you can see that we killed one of them. We got all the other ones good to go. We didn't take them all the way out, but we got them all loose. But this sucker would not come out. I mean, I had my brother hold this thing while I put all my body weight to get these loose without stripping them. They were so overly tight in there. So we're gonna use a drill, and we're gonna drill this little guy out because hey, we got 5 other screws, so we're good to go. So I'll let y'all know what happens. Alright guys, so we drilled that bad boy out. Get some better light. It should be good to come out. I believe, you know, it wasn't that important to have. I think it just holds this plastic shroud on, so I don't think it has any significant importance. So we're gonna take the rest of the screws out and see what's underneath here. Alright guys, so we drilled the living crap out of that guy. And we got the cover off. It's got quite a bit of, oh yeah, look right in here. It is completely clogged right there. Big spot right there, big spot there. Not as bad as I thought for 5 years, but I was blowing it out pretty consistently every couple of months.
Show them what we had to drill out.
Well, we ended up drilling this bad boy. Hopefully you guys don't strip a screw. I don't know if they can see. Let me turn it towards the light so they can kind of see down in there. Can you see it pretty good? Mm-hmm. We had to drill that guy all the way out in there. It's not pretty. But this graphics card is not, you know, it's just gonna be in my new PC until I can snag a
Did we hurt any components by drilling?
No. You can see right here. There's what's left of that screw sticking out. Okay. So now we're just gonna blow all of this out. Some compressed air, blow this out. And then I believe to get to the thermal paste, I take these 4 screws out, and then this whole guy will lift off, and then I'll be able to, look, I already got a giant clump on my finger. We'll be able to switch the thermal paste out. So we're gonna blow this out and we will be back. Alright guys, so we blew it out, and before this whole channel, oh, it's so dark. This whole channel is full of gunk. Here, we can actually bring it closer to the light here. Dang, that didn't even help.
There we go.
Well, this whole channel was full of gunk. We blew all that out, blew the fan out, blew everything out. Now we're gonna try and take this guy off so that we can change the thermal paste. And I believe we just take these 4 screws out and that guy will come off. So let's see what happens here. Hopefully we don't run into any issues when doing this. Hopefully. But honestly, it wasn't as dirty as I thought it was gonna be. So there's springs on these guys. And I can already feel them separating on the other side. It'll be interesting trying to line this back up. Don't know what the easiest course of action will be there. Hey, stop it. There we go. Alright, we got those screws out. And I think this guy will just lift right off. Yep. And yeah, I'm gonna say that stuff is completely hardened all the way. I don't know if you guys can tell. I don't know anything about thermal paste. This is my first time doing anything regarding thermal paste, and I figured why not practice on a 5-year-old 1080 Ti rather than on my brand new 5950X that I'm gonna put in probably tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this off, and then you guys can watch me put the new paste on. Alright guys, so we got the thermal paste pretty much all off there, except for there's some in there, but I don't want to mess up all those little teeny pins. This is my first time doing something like this, so I'm pretty cautious. But you can see this all came off, got it all off there. And now we're gonna put some of this thermal paste on there. It's my first time ever doing anything like this, so I think I just want to cover the whole surface. So I'm gonna put a little bit there, spread it with a little spreader. I don't think there has to be a lot. I think it just has to cover the surface. I mean, there was barely any on there when we took that thing off, so. See what happens here. We're just gonna go nice and slow here. Put some on there. I think that was probably not enough. Maybe it was. Just gonna go nice and slow. Yeah, not enough. Actually, it was a pretty decent amount. Spread it out. I don't think we want it thick on there, because then it'll squish out everywhere like it was when we took that thing off. So I think we actually got pretty much the perfect amount. Any excess, we'll just squish around, fill in everything. But I think that's perfect. That might actually be too much, but I don't know. What do you think? I think it looks good. Yeah, I mean, we covered the whole surface. It's not like there's a ton.
How long do we have before this dries?
Well, we have plenty of time.
Oh, okay.
I think this stuff kind of just chills out. Alright, well, I think we're golden there. So now the question is, how am I gonna put this on there and line these up perfectly? And then screw it in. I think we're golden right there. I think we're golden. Hopefully we're golden. Hopefully we didn't screw up anything by putting that on like that. Billy doesn't want to go in. Okay, we got one in. Hopefully I didn't squish it all out. think I can do that. I guess we'll find out when I start this thing up. If it starts shooting out smoke, then we got issues. I actually had to push pretty hard to squish down these springs and get these guys in. Now I'm not doing them tight right now, I'm just getting them threaded in. Okay, so they're all threaded in. And we're just gonna kind of go in an X shape here. Just go a little bit at a time. None of them are snug yet. Probably go snug right here. That one's snug. That one's snug. That one's snug. That one's snug. Okay. I don't think you want to crank these down because then it'll squish all that stuff out. I guess there's no way to really tell if it all squished out or not. I mean, I'm pretty confident that it went in there good. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's
I mean,
good.
I got an even spread.
And it wasn't all goopy. It was like
I mean, worst case, when I laid this on there, it pushed some out the side, but I think it should be fine. And I just put these just to where just past snug. I didn't crank these down because you don't want to squish all that stuff out. At least that's what I think in my head. I don't know, it's my first time doing this, but so at this point, old Betsy, nice and clean. She's got new thermal paste. Now we're just gonna put the top back on and put the rest of the screws on. And then she should be good to go. Alright guys, so we got it back on. Everything went on fine. We got all the screws on. Just as a reminder, you have the 3 baby screws here, 3 baby screws there, and then the 2 screws that you loosened a little bit so that you could get the top out of this little lip right here. But all in all, it was actually way easier than I expected. Minus the fact that we had to drill out old Betsy there. But hey, that's a story. Anybody that looks at my computer is gonna be like, bro, why you got this giant hole? And we could tell them that we had to drill that bad boy out because they put Loctite on every single one of these baby little screws, dude. And they were so stinking hard to get out.
We drilled it out like it was a rivet.
Yeah,
that was our plan.
Did a little circular thing, but then...
And then, go ahead.
There's a little plastic lip that we had to get over what was left of the screw, so then we had to keep drilling in. And I ended up just popping it out. But hopefully we don't get any noise. I mean, it barely moves, so I doubt I'll get any noise. But yeah, all in all, I think it's definitely gonna help. I mean, you guys saw, hopefully you could tell in the video how much gunk was jammed up in there. That was 5 years worth of gunk. Granted, every couple of months I would blow into there with compressed air to try and get all the gunk out. And a lot would come out, but that thing was still jam-packed, so hopefully we get some better temps out of this thing. But now old Betsy here is gonna go back in the in my current PC until we build my new PC, which hopefully will be tomorrow if we get the case in. That'll have a 5950X and all the bells and whistles, but I'm still trying to secure a new graphics card for a reasonable price. So old Betsy's gonna have to try and keep up with that CPU. But thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for when I upload all of my unboxings for all the parts, which those pretty much should be uploaded already at this point. And then I'll upload the entire build process of building my first ever PC. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Alright guys, so I just wanted to give a quick update on doing the GTX 1080 Ti tear down, clean out, thermal paste, bing bang. Overall, it was much easier than I expected, and we get about 8-degree difference now. I used to hover around 51 degrees, and now we're chilling. It was staying between 42 and 41, but since I'm recording this right now, I use my graphics card to encode everything, so we're sitting at 8% usage right now. So I made it go up a degree, and I think that's mostly attributed to the fact that I'm using an Alienware Aurora R6 case. In this case, it's very small, compact. It only has one fan intake, one fan sucking air out to the radiator on the top. So that's probably why it's toasty in there. And I have 3 monitors plugged in. The weird thing was when I had 2 monitors plugged in, right? This guy was sitting down over here just chilling when it was at idle. But since I plugged the 3rd monitor in, it sits up here, which causes the idle temperatures to be where they're at right now. And I read online, I think on Reddit, that if you have a certain amount of high hertz monitors plugged in, then the graphics card automatically stays ramped up, so you don't get any latency issues. I don't know if that's true, but ever since I added the 3rd monitor, it's been like this. So overall, I think it was worth it. I think I'll see a big difference when I'm putting this thing under load, because I think air is going to be able to get pushed through there, and it's going to be much more efficient now. And I think I'll really see a difference when I throw this graphics card in the Corsair 5000D airflow, if it ever gets here in the new build. So yeah, I'll be uploading that entire build process of my first time building a computer whenever that case gets here and I'm able to do it. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and hope to see you guys on the next one.